In this video, I'm going to teach you how to create dynamic stock management spreadsheet. In this spreadsheet, we have the four main tabs: product, purchases, sales, dashboard. On the first tab, I have two tables. The first table will be used to store the unique product name, and the second table we will use to store the base price for the product. On the second table, the first column are used for the date. Now, why I use the date column for product base price? Because if you want to update specific product price after a certain date, then you can just insert those product name, the date you want to update the price, and enter a new price. The next step we will use for purchases. For example, you are going to buy certain product for your warehouse. You can just write the date, product name, and the amount you purchases. And the final tab we will use for sale data sheet. In this table we have the date column, product you sold, how much quantity you sold, and now we need to bring the base price using formula. For example, I click here and hit tab key, insert a new row, and I type here 2/9/2024 and I select AB01. I type a quantity 2 here. Now in this case, I will bring the old price, and for this product, because the date is new, we need to bring the new price here. So how we can develop the formula for them? If I click here and simply type equal Xlookup, open parenthesis, in this case, I will select the product name first and %, and now select the date, comma, go to the product sheet, select the entire product name column. So how you can select? When the mouse icon is changed, simply click the product name column and this will select the entire column. So when you add more row, this will be a part of this formula. And %, select the date column. Because the product and the date column are our lookup value, so we must need to define the lookup array base price, product name, and base price date. Click here and hit comma. For the return array, I want to bring the base price. So I will simply click and this will select the entire column for me, comma. If not found, I will simply type double quotation mark, comma. For the match mode, instead of selecting 0 exact match, I will select exact match or next smaller item. So if I double click on this one, it will display -1 for them, and I will simply close parenthesis, hit enter, and it will extract the base price for each of the product. If I just go back to the product sheet, I can see that I have updated my price for AB01 and AB02 after 9th of February. So now it's pulling the base price from this row. And as you can see on the set data sheet, for these data sets, since the date are before the 9th February, so for this product, this getting the old price. So this is very useful. For example, in future, if you want to update your product price, you just need to write the date after which you want to change the product price, product name, and simply write the new base price. Now we need to calculate the total price. If I click here and type equal, I will select the quantity, steric, base price, hit enter, and this will calculate the total price based on quantity and base price. For now, I will click here and type if error function, open parenthesis, click on the end, comma, and value if error, I will simply type double quotation mark, close parenthesis, hit enter, and now if there is any new row, for example, I click here, it will insert a new row. Here is a formula, but since there is no value for quantity and base price, it will display a null result for us. Now the next and very important column is to calculate the remaining stock. But before going to calculate the remaining stock, I will explain two important formula. The first thing, how we can calculate the running total for each of the product. For example, AB01 quantity 10, AB01 7, so total amount is 17, AB01 2, so total amount is 19 sold till the date. So how we can calculate those value dynamically? If I click here and simply type equal sum if, open parenthesis, for the range, I will select B1 cell. So I will simply click on the header cell, type colon, and now I will simply select B2 cell, hit comma. For the criteria, I will simply select B2 cell, comma, And for the sum range, I will select C1 header cell. So I will simply select quantity C1, comma, and now I will select C2 cell, close parenthesis, hit enter, and this will calculate the running total of quantity for each of the product. Now this is important for us. But how we can find the remaining quantity? First, we need to develop one more SUMIF function. If I click here for now and simply type equal SUMIF, open parenthesis, for the range, I will simply go to purchase sheet and I will select the product name column, comma. For the criteria, I will go back to sale sheet and I will select B1 cell. And for the sum range, I will go back to purchase sheet and I will select column C, close parenthesis, hit enter, and this will calculate the total amount for each of the product based on purchase sheet. Now we simply click on G2 cell, copy this whole formula, Ctrl C, click after equal sign, Ctrl V to paste our whole formula, type negative and hit enter. This will extract the total amount from the current running total, and this is how we can calculate the remaining stock. For now, I will select all of the formula and delete this. Now I will show you how to paste your own datasheet if you don't want to type. I have this datasheet on which I have the date, product and quantity. I will simply select all of the datasheet I have, hit Ctrl C, go to your own main sheet, click here, right click and paste this datasheet. Once you paste this datasheet, it will automatically calculate the base price, the total price and the quantity remaining. Now here is a very complex thing. I can read the remaining quantity, but I want to filter out all of the product which has less than 20 amount. So for this type of issue, we will develop the dashboard sheet. In this sheet, let's say I want to filter out all of the product which has quantity less than 20, and we can update the 20 as well. So the first thing, I will click here and I will simply go to product sheet. I will select the product name column since these are the unique product name, and now I will click here, type Xlookup, open parenthesis. For the lookup value, I will select the whole array, and now you can see the hash. This means whenever the product name are increased, this will automatically update. Hit comma. For the lookup value, we will go to sale data sheet and I will select the entire product column, comma. For the return array, so I will simply select column F, hit comma. If not found, I will simply ignore this field and I will input one more comma. For the match mode, I will simply select 0. I want exact match this time, and now this is a very important. In this case, I will select the second option, search last to first, because from the bottom of the table we can get the latest product information. So I will simply select on -1 and close parenthesis, hit enter, and this will extract the latest amount for each of the product. Now we need to convert both of the array into a one single array. So how we can do it? If I click here and Ctrl C to copy all of the product name, and I will click here and instead of before hash, I will remove this one and paste my function result, Ctrl V. If I hit enter, now this is still working, but this is independent of this array now. Now I will click here and simply type hstack, open parenthesis, product name are the first array. Actually Xlookup combined two array horizontally. So I will simply type comma, Ctrl V to paste our whole formula, close parenthesis, hit enter, and now we have one single array for both of the result. Now we will apply the simple let function. If I click here and simply type let, open parenthesis, for the name one I will simply type X, comma. Now I will hit Alt enter to start the new line and I will write filter, open parenthesis, for the array I will simply type X because I already defined that X is my whole function result, which are product and their remaining quantity. So I will simply type X, and for the include parameter I will use choose column, open parenthesis. For the array I will simply define X, and I want the second column, so I will simply type 2, close parenthesis, for choose column. Here I will write less than equal to and I will select the minimum limit. Close parenthesis for filter function, close parenthesis for let function, hit enter, and this will extract all of the product which has quantity less than 20. If I type here, let's say 50, it will extract all of the product less than 50 amount. Now, for example, I go to purchase sheet and I purchase AB01. So I will type here, let's say 2, 9 2024 AB01 and I purchase 100 more amount, hit enter. I will no longer see AB01 in the filter reset. I hope you learned something useful from this video. If you like the video, please subscribe my channel, and if you have any specific question, please ask in comment and I will respond as soon as possible. Thank you so much.